Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Room. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, then you can go to their Subscribe Star, which is $5 a month, I think. It could be something. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, we chatted a bit with James and his wife, whose name I forget, and a little bit with his kid, and then went to explore the mansion as James went to go talk with Briggs. That included chatting with the missus, checking out that painting, which had some things behind it. I guess this would help, you know? Too bad it doesn't do that. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Maybe I should load an old save and see if it still exists. And yeah, then we talked to the wife, who's like, yeah, I don't like you because all that stuff and putting us in danger. But also there's this like weird place over here, so you should probably check that out. So it's like, okay. So we're gonna reset our face and begin. She leads me around the corner into what looks like the opening of the basement. Besides the door, there is what looks like an old vanity cabinet. She opens one of the drawers, and what I see shocks me. She pulls out the biggest collection of hand mirrors I've ever seen. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. There might be a glitch here, I'm not sure. Or maybe it's because we loaded a save from like a year ago. What? I know what you might be thinking. Miss Hendricks must be an eccentric to own all of these hand mirrors. Nah. She doesn't know where they're here. But why are they here? I was hoping you could tell me. Please, get back to me if you figured it out. I don't know. Personally, I'd be like... I'm not that inquisitive where I'd be like, this person has a lot of hand mirrors. Sus. I'd be like, oh, that's weird. I don't even think I'd think that'd be like, this person has a lot of hand mirrors. Anyways, moving on. What the hell? Anyways, I'm on the clock still. I have dinner to prepare. If you need to find me again, then you know where I'll be. She leaves me with my thoughts in the cellar. The closer she gets to dinner time, the more likely Mr. Hendricks will come home and limit where I can look. I make my way back to the living room. Nick and Mrs. Hendricks seem to be deep in conversation when I return. Did you make it to the kitchen all right? Not a lick of trouble, ma'am. I should spend the rest of my time wisely. Ma'am, do you mind if I show the sheriff something upstairs? There's something I think he should see. If that's the case, then please do your best to help him. Lead the way, Nick. He leads me back to the foyer, and we're in front of the porch again. He looks behind his shoulder at the hall and in front of the door before he speaks. What shook you up? What do you mean? There's more strain in your voice than there was before. Well, I handled the talk with Hattie less than perfectly. She is your wife, yes? Ex-wife. So, you're concerned for her? More concerned than she is for herself, I fear. He hums. It sounds like you still want input on her decisions. You do not get to do that anymore. No. But I don't want to just stand by and do nothing either. I know she's in some kind of trouble. Do you really think she's in more trouble now than where she was? Some creeps found her apartment, but she could have relocated instead of coming to me. We have a better chance of not getting tailed if we keep away from each other. Have you considered that she could be completely safe, and the only reason she was brought here was to bother you? Well, I know at least part of it was meant to bother me. So, is it not working? Is this supposed to be helping, Nick? Yes. You have to figure out how to keep it from bothering you. That is the only thing you can do when somebody has power over you. I'd feel a hell of a lot better if justice in this country carried out its function. Boy, isn't that the truth? We both know it often doesn't. Mm-hmm. You alone can't be the arbiter of that. Okay, then. So, what can we do for now? First, you want to find out if she's actually in danger. Yes? Yes. Just check his office. James's office? Yes. Is the first door on the right at the top of the stairs. And how do you know that? He told me earlier. That sounds weird. That sounds like a bad lie to me, but I don't think I need to press him on it. Oh, that he is lying? Will we need to get a key if you want to look? Just turn the knob first and see. I don't think James is careful enough with evidence to lock his office. And why do you figure that? He's not one to think he's doing anything wrong. Still, you'd think he has to know tons of people don't like him. I don't actually know if he does. I shake my head. Let's go ahead and try it then. We climb up the right side of the stairs and reach the second floor hallway. At the first door, I gave Nick a look and he nods, so I decide to turn it. And it actually does open. You're kidding me. Told you. I shake my head again and press through. Also, where is James and Briggs? You'd think there'd be in an office if Briggs came over. There are files and letters spread everywhere. There looks to be some measure of order to them by the way that they are spread, and the bins are full of paper. I can't believe he doesn't burn these. What should I sort through first? It'd be nice if it said these are timed or not, or you only get one choice, but I guess the folders first. These just look like pictures and profiles of various CSCG workers. Look, Nick, there's you. I spread open the file and give him a good look at the photo of himself stapled to the documentation. Hard-working but obstinate. A threat when communicating with union organizers. Harmless and passive on his own. Keep his budget tight, and waiting for more work. He thinks you're passive, Nick. He walks away and shuffles through more file cabinets. Good. Nothing here we didn't already know, I presume. I have to wonder who's taking all these photographs. The bars are the only developers in town I know of accessible to the public, but knowing the money James has, it wouldn't be hard to find a proper developer. What should I sort through next? Maybe the trash bin? There's always something important in the trash bin. There better not be any gum in this basket. There is. Just think of it as holding one of his kisses in your hand. Disgusting. On top of the pile includes letters from relatives. It's not clear to me why he tossed handwritten letters from his family, but there doesn't look to be anything special about them. There are quite a few letters from Briggs. All of them seem to be just one or two sentences, formal and strictly business, mostly about costs and replacement equipment. And then I see parchment that looks a little more fine. I suspect it's going to be another letter from their extended family on the East Coast. But it's not. Let's see. Sheriff Adler's wife is in need of employment. The details of her address are entailed within. Consider this a favor. I stare at what's between my fingers. You went quiet. Mostly because I found what I was looking for. He looks over my shoulder. So what are you going to do about it? I don't suspect showing her this would be enough to convince her to leave. I rip a piece of it off and leave the rest of it in the trash. What do we rip off? But want to keep a piece of it. What next? I don't suppose he leaves his file cabinets unlocked either. I try to open it, but the door's stuck. Well, at least he has some sense. The keys are on top of the cabinet. So they are. I feel a bit of secondhand embarrassment when the keys do, in fact, work and let me in. There are various files about taxes, company protocol and deeds. But there is a particularly flashy folder with dark paper and gold paper stamped onto it. At first, I expect it to be something important, like a deed to the house. But what I see is more of an illustration. It's James's face in highly rendered, loving detail. Company scrip, 10 cents. Oh, for the love of God. What is scrip? Is it like people would buy these things from him? Question marks? I can't make my mind up on this being hilarious or devastating. I wanted to see it for my own eyes. Are you saying that people know about this? Yes. Oh. Oh, that's his money. That's this. Yes. But how did you know? The security at CSCG tells us everything. Or secretary. James showed this off to his party last Thursday. Well, no wonder people are pissed. I thought it was just a mix of his general cluelessness and his grandfather's reputation. If he gets the approval to do this, it will destroy the economy. I wonder when we're gonna get, like, Elon coin. He's going to pay his workers. It doesn't have much of a company at the moment. You know, when I record this. That means trouble for the hip. Trouble for all the merchants, too. This little piece of paper puts a target on his back for the whole goddamn town. At least, it gives me more information into what's going on. But Jesus fucking Christ, the son of a bitch. And for reference, people, this is what companies used to do back in the old days, where it's like, hey, you worked at, the company mine. We don't get paid in US dollars. You get paid in company credit, which is used for, company lodging, company food, company this, company that. And they usually, rigged it so people just continue to go into debt and continue to have to work for basically free. I have to muffle myself before I choke to death laughing. Nick, I'm about balls to the walls hysterical. Good. The world needs to know that this man's crazy. Well, if he was running for politics today, he would be a very shrewd and smart businessman. I'm terrified about what we're going to find next. I bet we can find more. I do too, but I don't want to be caught in his office with my trousers down, so to speak. Let's go on and get. Nick opens the door, looking left, then right, then waves me forward. The door downstairs is still empty. We hear dinner bell ring. Miss Hendricks walks in the foyer and sees us walking down the stairs. Would you two like to stay for dinner? We always have more than plenty of food to spare. That's mighty thoughtful, Mrs. Hendricks, but I have to be on my way. A friend of mine is expecting me as well. Now that's downright shame. I appreciate it if you thought about coming back. As kind as she is, I don't want to. But that doesn't change the truth. I figured that I will be. She smiles sweetly at that. Then I won't keep you. Please have a perfectly delightful evening, the both of you. We nod our heads and take our clothes from the cloth coat rack and make our way back outside. I can feel the eyes of the butler on my back of our necks as we depart from the porch and reach the front gate. The mechanical whirling of the front in front of us goes off as we go through the opening bars. Strangely, I don't see the gunman, but that doesn't mean he's not still here somewhere. We had a productive evening. I don't answer. My skin won't stop crawling until we are both about 200 paces from the gate. Why are you silent? I never like going downhill. Why is that? It's easier for... I hear a shot go off before I see it. The rusted metal can on the rock beside my leg sparks, and I don't need to think about what I'm going to do next. I tackle Nick to the ground and make us roll. He screams from the shove, but it's better than either of us getting shot. I drag him behind the biggest rock I see and make him crouch with me. Is it easier to shoot someone downhill? Who the hell's out there? I hear laughter. One old, one new, both familiar. I peek past the stone to see Noah and Adley almost kneeling over in laughter. What the hell are you doing, boy? Oh, come on. We were only funning ya. Nick is still on the floor, blinking rapidly. Ain't no goddamn thing that's funny about assaulting an officer. Oh, quit your bitching. Boy, he has some eyebrows on him. We were aiming for the cam, not you. Were y'all funning me when you told your new friend over there to steal my gun? Oh, what the hell, Noah? You bland? He bullied me out of it. He bullied out of me. Oh, come on. He ain't that scary. Maybe not to you. Your mama's getting an earful of this next time I see her, son. Don't you calling me son. Well, damn, call me son. I'm a grown man. Grown men don't fire stray bullets near walking civilians. Sure. Well, responsible ones don't, at least. Ones wearing the colors of the USC military do. Damn. I gotta stay sharp with my shooting, and it's not my fault. You weren't paying attention where you're walking. If you keep acting like that, the only uniform you're gonna be wearing is black and white stripes. I told you not to bother us. And, you should stay damn well away from the both of us. Ordinarily, that'd be peaches, but I had to talk with your mother today. Mom might be seeing things different right now, but she don't really need you. None of us do. You think I need to make it more clear? Your point is crystal, but you're not gonna get anywhere by threatening me. Threatening you? I see James show up from behind Adley and Noah. How does that work anyways? I mean, I guess he might have been away from the house. Who's really threatening anybody? I point at my ex-wife's child. He fired on us, Hendricks. James crosses his arms and hums. Fired on you? Andy, didn't you say you're aiming at for the can? Sir, yes, sir. Then, I'm glad we could clear that up. So, no harm done. Piece of shit. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the third time I heard the dinner bell go off. Let's go eat before the food gets cold. Hooray! Sounds good to me. James guides us towards the inside of the porch while touching their shoulders. If he thinks that'll make me jealous, then he has a surprise coming his way. I don't know if he plans to raise his son that way, but he's leading both those boys down a dangerous road if nobody nips it in the bud. I've never seen Andy act out of line. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to threaten me from talking to Hattie when I need to talk to her. Don't matter a damn if my blood is running through my veins or not. You alright, Nick? I do not know. We are not dead, yes? We will need to see another we will indeed see another sunrise. I can read. Please help me get to my feet, William. Right. We get our distance away from that house as we can before we talk again. As far away from the house. Your son is dangerous, Will. He was fucking with us. Nick blinks. Does that change what I said? I think if you really wanted to hit us, we wouldn't be walking right now. He's his own man now, Nick. Or I wonder how old he's supposed to be. You saying I should talk to him? I would say so. Look, I swear I can read. I should say so if he didn't have a gun, or I would say so. Does Mother have any sway? Some. After all, she's why he has a roof over his head. He says he plans to go, but the fact that he hasn't already lends some credence to the idea that she can convince him to behave. Have her do that. Preferably in a room with closed walls and no windows. I force a toothy grin to let him know how much of a hilarious comedic genius he is. But he lets the insult roll off his back. Would you like me to walk you back to the brothel? Who says I'm going back to the brothel? Because that's where you always go. Well, no thank you. I have to compare some notes with Sam anyway. No matter. I need a shower anyway. I will show up at the Seguero's hip in several hours. I tell him that is fine, when to focus on my leads. The more people I talk to, the more I'm convinced that the murder has something to do with the party that was held at the Hendricks Manor on Thursday. I remember there was some sort of party, but can't remember much. And that's enough of a breakthrough to make me feel like I'm getting somewhere. William's been gone for more than a few hours. Maybe reset my face to turn my head. I know he's fine on his own, but I can't help but wonder if he's pushing himself too hard. I know he's not old, but he ain't that young neither. I'm down in the washroom, stripping off my shirt. I can't help but shudder. Being in that awful house makes my skin crawl. Right, that one. The one with the rat lady. It's like something's in the air there was sticky, and I want to scrub it off my clothes and my body. I throw my dirty clothes in the wooden paddle with the wooden paddle and hear them simmer in the boiling water. Cynthia shows up in the middle of this with a bundle of her own. Cynthia, bestest girl. I know you like to keep yourself immaculate, Sam, but weren't you down here just yesterday? Marcy's house is disgusting. I don't want to drag anything back into my room. Well, that's not much like her. She's the biggest homebody I know. Well, maybe somebody needs to get her out of that home, because it's covered in mold and dust and all these unfinished crafts. She's not dirty, Sam. If she wasn't, she would know, or she is now. You wouldn't believe the state of that place. Out of the corner of my eye, somebody big walks in by the frame of the door. Hey, it's you. Or me. I feel a little relieved, seeing that it's Will, who, for some reason, looks even dustier than before we met at Marcy's place. He looks at me, and he breaks into a legitimate smile. Oh, Sam, you wouldn't believe it. He stops talking when he sees Cynthia still scrubbing the grime out of our clothes, glaring at him. Would you mind if I borrowed Sam for a moment to talk? Well, now that you ask, as a matter of fact, I would. He blinks. I'm sorry? This is our washing room. This is our home. It's not yours? It's not yours? Why'd you even question it? Why are you chomping around like you own it? I can assure you that the owners give me permission to conduct my business here. As if she can deny your permission? You're the sheriff. Quite certain you haven't forgotten this. I don't know what this is all about, but I don't want to get in the middle of it. It looks like the two of you should talk. I'll be in my room when either of you have finished. Goodbye. Nope, now we're being William. That's a weird thing where it's just like, and now we're somebody else. Sam walks around me with a skittish look about him, sulking in the quickest way Puma can while trotting through the narrow corridor. It appears as if we may have gone off on the wrong foot, Mrs. Sozy. He goes off with you and comes back stressed, down and covered in grime, Mr. Adler. Need to remind you what happened to him the last time he came home looking like that? I can't really say I can talk about that. She cackles with the frosty that only a short yappy woman beset with equal amounts of rage and determination can muster. Yeah, I bet you can't. I don't know why you're going on about Sam. Sam's fine. Maybe he doesn't have any cuts or bruises this time, but he sure does look like he's aged 10 years. Sam's a grown man. You ain't his mama. Did I say I was? I mean, if I was, Mr. Adler or, William, William, I'd be like, I'm sorry, Cynthia. I just took him to, like, check on the woman, and she, had a miscarriage. And the place was absolutely filthy, so it's like, yeah, sorry. Didn't say it was. I knew you weren't as smart as people think you are, but do you really think I'm mad about Sam? I'm just mad about Sam? Do you even care about what Marcy must be going through? I'm not a mind reader. But surely you had to know something. That man go to day and night about controlling Marcy's entire life, and don't see you getting involved until things are far worse than they should be. If I had to bring every married man in town, or bring in every married man in town just for being too unbecoming with his wife in public, Town Hall would dismiss me on the spot. I can't just break into somebody's home and dig around when I suspect any sort of foul play. That's the kind of stuff that gets you a dagger against your neck in the middle of the night. Then, how about you stop spying on all of us and using our private lives for who knows what seedy purpose? I nod my head, feeling the anger start to well up. So, you're the one who messed with my desk. Prove it. You practically confessed. I don't gotta prove a damn thing. She looks me up and down and snorts. You gonna arrest me, big man? Why was she going through our stuff anyways? I'm well within my rights to. Then, are you gonna do something about it then? Or is it that just another bluff? I don't want to mad Cynthia. This is escalating out of control. I need to work with her, not against her. Why can't you see that's all that I'm trying to do here? You should worry about the goddamn bartender more than me. The bartender? She sounds confused, but I hear the doubt creeping into her voice. Why exactly do I need to be worried about Harlan? He has all the access to Dora's logs as he could want, doesn't he? A much more comprehensive chunk of information than I ever had. He could easily contact everybody he wants, whoever he wants, just as easy as Dora. I found out that he hates James. But I also found the reason why James brings in more foreigners than Briggs. It's a bit of an odd position to have for somebody who helps run a brothel that hosts and attracts all sorts of international attention, ain't it? She stands there, breathing. Do you want to know a secret? Right now, more than anything. For the last few days, I've lived in fear of that man. He had a piece of my mother's fur, in a box, in a hidden crawl space. I almost left the brothel right then and there, that night. I run the idea through my head every night going forward. But then I think about how I don't even have anywhere to go back to, other than Camp Rosa or the reservation. She shakes her head. Did you know about your mother, Adler? Not really. My father didn't let me see her much. I knew mine. And I miss her every waking day that I'm alive. And I will never know peace knowing her remains were stolen and sold at the village of my birth in pieces to collectors like that man. If there's anything at all whatsoever that could fuck up that old man's life, then I want to help you do it. She pulls something out of her pocket. He keeps slipping these creepy messages like these near Dora's office, as if we didn't keep seeing him do it. There are so many wonderful things I could show you, Dora, if only you would let me do so again. Sus. Let me reset face. I still don't really trust you, Adler, but if you don't trust Harlan, then at least there's something we have in common. For now, he's my biggest problem. Excuse me? We both jump when you look at the doorway. That Batfern Stoat is just staying there, smiling. Well, I think with that, And it being a scene change, it's a good time to call it. Yeah, so like there's some unanswered questions. It's been a hot minute since I touched this game, but I think, there's questions and answers. And one question is like, okay, let's see. Because we went through Nick's route. Like, let's see. One of the things is like, who's the murderer? Who set the house on fire? But James's house in William's route, but I think that's, Briggs because he did it in Nick's route. Um, there's Cliff, and when James and yeah, right here and William come over, I think I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, out of all the people that I think is the murderer, I think it's Harlan because the silent type that does stuff that could 150% be the thing that happens. You know? But anyways, end of this Let's Play. So comment, cause I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos to help it grow. And please remember to spay and to neuter woo you animals to help control the pet population. Ooh woo. And if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to their subscribe star. I guess we could look it up. Subscribe star Goodnight Fellowship, I guess it's called. Uh, yeah, a month. $5 uno monto. I do find it weird where it's like, when I looked at the thing, it's like, yeah, it's the smoke room, but there's 12 subscribers, actually. That ain't a lot. It looks like there's other games, like 18 Mile Hike. Mile Hike? Yeah. Hearst Chapel and the smoke room. Yeah, I don't know why it's so, like, I don't know. Maybe I'll put that into question in Discord and be like, hey, guys, what's up with that? I don't know. It seems a little bit weird. I don't know. Anyways, until next time, another Let's Play by me, the wolf who hopefully is able to, like, read somewhat six of the smoke room. So thanks and see ya.